All right, welcome back to the show, everyone. So we're back to preview the bottom half of the fourth round matches. So the first one is Zverev against Cam Norrie. Let me share the screen. 1 second. So Zverev and Norrie. So Zverev is a 4.5 game favorite, minus 350 on the money line. Norrie plus 4.5, plus 275 on the money line, over under 38. So I haven't looked at these lines, especially on the bottom half of the draw. I have no plays yet so far. So I'm curious to see where you're going here and whether or not you can like talk me into
Yeah, so my read on this match, man, and you'll probably agree, is like Norrie played amazing against Rude from what I heard. And like the other pieces is like, all right, he beat Casper Ruud on a fast hard court. Like we talk down Casper Ruud on hard all the time already. Like so like is Ruud is that really that great of a win? And like for that being his signature win, I don't really think it is. So I like Zverev here. The only challenge to me is like Zverev likes to make everything difficult for some reason. Even Michelson got to a tiebreak.
I know.
So like, but I do like Zverev. I think the 4.5 is getting low enough where you could lay the games pretty comfortably. What is laying a set and a half? It's going to be juiced, but how juiced?
Minus 170.
That's the bet that I placed. I didn't know if the market had moved it at all. That's the bet that I placed this morning. I know it's juiced, but I really don't see how Norrie takes 2 sets. Zverev can be patchy and like so 4.5 games scares me because of that, but I think that's probably a good hit as well. But those are my plays here.
I prefer the Zverev 3-0 than a plus 155 if you're going to go that route. I understand Zverev likes to make things messy, which is why I'm 10. I probably need a little better than plus 155, but like if it gets messy, it gets messy. Right? So like I could see 5 sets if he loses focus or,
Okay.
or he finds a pattern of play which works or something. The problem is, so like the way Norrie played against Ruud was he attacked that backhand and he was coming in on it a lot, right? And putting pressure on Ruud to hit backhand passive shots. That tactic obviously won't work against Zverev, right?
Yeah, but the reverse could work, right? Attack the forehand and make him hit passive shots.
Right. That's true. But that being said, it's much harder to approach up the line.
Well, Norrie's a lefty, right?
Right.
So it's going to be cross court. He'd have to approach cross court, which is actually harder. I think approaching up the line is the traditionally easier one.
Okay.
You're right. You're right. He'd have to approach. No, yeah, what am I saying? Yeah, you're right. He'd have to approach. Yeah, going forehand to forehand, you have to approach up the line. That is the traditionally easier one.
Well, Norrie's cross-court forehand is way better than his up-the-line forehand. The up-the-line forehand causes a lot of errors for him.
Yeah, it's true. That's true.
Like, he's always like a backhand up-the-line kind of guy and a forehand cross-court kind of guy, right? That's like Norrie's best pattern of play. And that's negated here with the Zverev backhand edge. So, I don't know. Norrie played a hell of a match, but I kind of think it's a one-off. Like, I don't think that's a true representation of his form, right?
I mean, yeah, he was down 2 sets against Superi, who again, like, no disrespect to Superi, but he's not like.
What's the head-to-head here?
That's what I was just looking at. That's why I dug into my phone because I was going to look that up because I think that's a good question. I think I looked at this before. It is 4-0 Zverev.
And has Norrie had much success, like winning?
Well, now that's what I got. No, Norrie hasn't won a set.
Ooh.
2-19, won last year at the ATP Cup, and this year in the this past year in Vienna. 8-0 Zverev on the sets. I think this is pick your favorite Zverev line. I think there's I think it's just pick your favorite Zverev line, and I really don't. Yeah, this is. Yeah, that's my thought. I think from a matchup perspective, like that shovel backhand from Norrie could cause some problems for Zverev because the ball's gonna be lower. I think Zverev would prefer a higher ball because he's a little taller. So like, I can see the debate, but I can't really. Yeah, I just think Zverev's like I think there's a pretty solid gap between these guys in terms of like how well they're playing.
Mm. I just like hesitate to hit any pro Zverev line where like get the match getting messy is like out of the question to catch that.
I know.
And it's like I'm almost a stay away here, man. Like obviously I think Zverev's gonna win, but like I can't trust him for him to win like 4-3 and 3. Like it just doesn't
Well,
happen.
I mean, so I thought about this as a parlay piece. Just taking this Zverev money line as a parlay piece. I know it's minus 350,
Not bad, yeah.
but like he really should never lose this match.
Who do you parlay it with? I mean, we'll get into the other matches later, but like what the Zverev Hubie kind of parlay?
Well, I have a play. We'll get into that.
Okay. What are the props here? They don't have that
They're
many.
not. Yeah, they haven't come out yet. They'll come out tomorrow.
Yeah. Right now, like just looking at the lines that are out, I'm a stay away here.
Okay.
Yeah, and I would lean the Zverev money line as a parlay piece. Like I don't think he loses, but it could get ugly. I mean, all Zverev matches do somehow. When was the last straightforward Zverev match that he's won like 3 and 3? Like it doesn't even matter what the opposition is. Against Kopfer, it got ugly. Against Klein, it got ugly. Even against Michelson, like there's no reason why a second set should go to a tiebreak there.
I agree.
I mean, Tsitsipas.
Norrie. There's the answer. It's Vienna, Norrie in Vienna. Or maybe Rublev. But yeah.
Of course. Yeah. Yeah, Tsitsipas. I mean, you can't count a match that he loses. It has to be a match that he wins comfortably.
I mean, I guess Rublev and Tsitsipas beating them 4-4 is pretty solid. But I agree with you. He generally tends to make things messy.
Yep. I mean, the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 of his last 9 matches have gone the distance.
Yeah. Well, no. I mean, the one against
Yeah.
Michelson didn't, and Kopfer didn't go the distance.
Well, 7 of the last 9. Went 3 or 5. Well, yeah, 3 or more than 3 sets.
Okay.
But more than 2 or 3 sets, I should say.
Yeah, they weren't straight sets. I think that's the right way to say it. Yeah, I mean, what's the over 3.5 sets there? It's probably not going to be good.
Minus 165.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Could maybe as a parlay piece.
Yeah.
But the problem is like Norrie can't win a set. Like Zverev has to lose it almost.
Right. Yeah, I mean Norrie has the mental edge, but Zverev has like the tennis edge.
Yeah.
So, all right, next match: Cazaux against Hubie Hurkacz. Before we move on, did you hit the minus 1.5 sets?
I did, yeah, minus 170. That's my play.
Okay. Cazaux against Hubie Hurkacz. Cazaux is a 4-game dog. Plus 250 on the money line. Hubie's minus 310. Over under 40.5. So Cazaux's been getting a ton of hype. Rightfully so, with 2 impressive wins over Holger Rune and Griekspoor. I'm impressed by his game. Like he's kind of getting the Lechka treatment of last year's Aussie Open, right?
Yep.
That being said, I mean, it's kind of a different animal. Like Griekspoor was gassed, right? We can say that from his like previous 3 5-setters. Or previous 2 5-setters, I should say, or 5 and 4. But like, I don't know. I was expecting a let-up spot with Cazaux, but like he maintained his level well. This is a different kind of match because his return is going to be tested way more, right?
Yep.
So I don't know if he's going to be able to get in as many rallies as he was the other 2 matches because of Hubie's serve. So I think Hubie pulls it out, but like it has to go at least 4, right? I don't know. What's your play here?
I'm staying away. I had to play. I had to play last match. I'm allowed to stay away. Yeah, I'm taking a pass here too. It's a lot of passes, man. I just think these lines get pretty sharp. Like, yeah, yeah. I think I think the market's got this one. Like the market and I have this one pretty similarly set. I think I was kind of surprised. I didn't know where the market would put this, but they happened to put it where I put it. So no, I'm not going to play it.
Yeah. I don't really want to back Cazaux here, but like Hubie is just it's like it's weird because he can go 5 sets against with anyone, including Alcaraz or Djokovic, but he can also go 5 sets with a guy like this.
Yeah.
You know? So it's very challenging. I kind of like Hubie to win and both players to win a set at plus 120.
Yeah.
That's
It's not
probably
terrible.
meaning. No tiebreak at plus 230 is actually kind of juicy because everyone and their mom expects a tiebreak in a Hubie match, right? But like, as we saw against Ugo Humbert, there was only one.
Yeah, but you got to dodge it 3 times.
Dodge it 3+ times, but like you're getting plus 230. Like there's variance to a no tiebreak bet, right? Like you just need variance to go your way and you hit it.
Yeah.
Because along the road, 6 holds for each guy or like 6 service games for each guy, there's gonna be like a break point here or there, and you just need
Yeah. Yeah.
way.
But as in the Ugo and Bear match, if you get broken, you are allowed to break back. That is a rule. You legally do get to try to break back on the return.
Good point. Good point.
I looked that up in the rule
haven't
book.
been
I wasn't
hitting
sure
nearly
after
as
some of the
many
hype
of
on the TV
those
match.
as I did at the U.S. Open.
What?
I hit way more no tiebreak bets at the U.S. Open than I have here. Probably these courts are a little quicker and like, yeah, I don't know, but I'm probably going to go that route. Hubie to win and both players to win a set at plus 110.
Okay.
Probably.
Yeah, I'm a pass here.
Okay. But would you play the Hubie Zverev moneyline parlay? It's still juice though, minus 143. I probably have to stay.
Yeah, not with Hubie.
Okay. All right, maybe we'll find something else.
Yeah.
All right, Kecmanovic against Carlitos Alcaraz. 8.5 game favorite for Alcaraz. Plus 1,200 for Kecmanovic. Over under is 30.5. Oof. How physical was that match? I turned it off after I got after the third set there. Because I thought Paul would I was watching parts of it, but there's so much else going on.
Yeah. The 4th set was super physical. The 5th set, Paul just mentally caved in, but the 4th set was super physical.
But did Kecmanovic look gassed at the end of that
Not
match?
particularly, but I don't know, man. There's a mental fatigue spot here too, I think, for Mio.
Okay.
Like Mio, I mean, he saved match points now in 2 consecutive matches, right?
Yeah.
So I think that's a concern. And again, while the Struff match wasn't that physical, it did go 5 sets. And now we're putting a super physical 5-setter on the back of that. Because otherwise, I'd want to back Mio here, or Mio to win a set, maybe, or
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I think this is tough. Like, I mean, this is a pass to me because like Carlos hasn't looked good, but I'm just really concerned about Mio. And what you said about Mio too, Manny, like this is Alcaraz now. Like this is like the most physical, toughest guy to play. So like if Alcaraz wins the first, does Mio just go away? Like
yes, which is why I'm leaning the 8.5. Because 6-1 sets here are in the cards.
But I think this is a better one to bet live.
Yeah, you're probably right.
And like if Mio loses the first, then you just take whatever spread they give you. They'll probably give you like, like the spread usually after the first, like what you'll get is like whatever the first set score is minus like 6 games. And you're basically getting Alcaraz -6 for the last 2 sets. And like that might be better than taking the -8. I don't know.
This is very similar to the Monorino match in a lot of aspects.
It's very similar.
It's really similar, and I just think if
Except Kecmanovic is way weaker than Mannarino.
yeah. Although, these guys played that crazy match in Miami a couple years ago, right? Like, these were the two guys.
Yeah, that's fine. That's 2 years ago, right? Like, that's
Years
two full
ago,
years.
right?
Like, that's probably the highlight of Mio's career.
Probably. Yeah, that match. I agree with you. I don't know. I see like 4-2-2 with a retirement being in play here, right? Like, that's how I see this kind of match.
This could be another good one. Like, I think like an interesting one would be like the second set under 8.5. I know you can't get it. You can't get it in.
No.
You'll have to bet it live probably, but you'll probably get a decent price on that. Basically, Alcaraz minus 3.5 for the second set. That could be a good look.
I also think that both players to break in the first set is a good look. If you get a similar price to a week what I got with Djokovic and Mannarino,
Yeah,
probably get
yeah.
slightly worse than that. You might get like 2-1 or one plus 190, but like I still think that that's good.
Yeah.
Alcaraz does get broken to share more than Djokovic.
Yeah, for sure, for
Right?
sure. And
So
that's part of why 8.5 is tough to. It's a tough cover unless Mio's gassed.
Yeah.
Which he probably is. That's the problem here, right? You're right, man. This is actually very similar.
Very similar match, yeah.
And like the 180 for Mio to win a set is theoretically juicy, but again, like if I was gonna hit that, I'd almost rather take the 5-1 in the first set.
You like how about a no tiebreak parlay with this match and the Djokovic Mannarino match?
Interesting. It's worth consideration. I doubt I'll hit it, but it's worth consideration. I don't think it's a terrible idea.
Okay.
Yeah, this is probably a pass for me.
Serving props. Kecmanovic over 1.5 breaks is plus 115. And the problem is that that's
so tough. The problem is like all these. This is so similar to the Djokovic Mannarino match, and it's like this is all about how much gas does Mio have in the tank. I want to see like I kind of want to see the first set before I know like what's going on here. The other thing you could do is like you could see if Mio gets this to like 2-all or 3-all, and then maybe the spread comes down a game, and you live bet it then. Like I just think this is a way better match to live bet than to bet pre-match.
It also depends on Alcaraz's form. Like if he's just missing a ton of balls.
For sure, for sure.
Like whereas Djokovic,
that could be good because he could get that back, right? Like he could miss a ton of balls the first set, find his game, and then just run away the last 3 sets. I just think this is I'm gonna go back to what I said 10 seconds ago. I think it's just a way better live betting match than
good point. I agree there.
Pre-match.
Yeah, it would be interesting. Like also, I think we could post that on the Twitter, like way better live betting.
Yeah.
Stay tuned on our page to see what live bets we hit.
Yeah.
I think that's a cool way to, interact live.
For sure. For sure.
Last match here. The GOAT, Nuno Borges against Daniil Medvedev. Borges is a 7.5 game dog, plus 1,000 on the money line, over under 31. So
I don't see like I don't like this. This is my favorite play of the day.
Me too.
And it's something pro Medvedev. I went the under 31, but you could go to under 31, the 3-0.
I got it under 32 on a different book at minus 110. I hit it for 2.5 units.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that will be a GBM play.
I don't really understand outside of the fatigue and just the market being the market. It's really hard to understand why this is 7.5 and why other matches have been like what was like Sonego Alcaraz? Like it was around that, right?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I have a hard time understanding how this is. Look, I mean, and then so like yeah, and Djokovic Mannarino is 9, which I guess because we're building in fatigue for Mannarino. But Mannarino is still a top 20 player, and this is 7.5. Like
coming off the win of his life, like he was in tears literally after that Dimitrov win.
Yeah.
Now to come back and play.
Well, yeah, think about the check he's gonna cash too. 4th round check is like a couple $100K. Like I think at least it's
Dimitrov gives some free points away. Medvedev.
What?
Dimitrov gives some gifts. right? Like free points, donations, just,
Well,
dumb stuff, right?
it's also the second round too against Foki. I mean, Nuno played well, but Foki gave that match.
True. True.
And then the first one against Martyr hadn't played. So I'm not, I mean, look, again, I'll go back to this. Nuno didn't cover 9.5 against Arthur Fees
Yeah.
last week or whatever, 2 weeks ago. Mickelson bageled him.
Yeah.
2 weeks. Like, this is within this month. Like, I can't imagine that Nuno Borges suddenly got that much better this month.
Yeah, I think it's also how Medvedev has looked. Like the market's not really convinced on Medvedev yet, I guess. Right. But I don't think it matters because can't do anything to push.
But what are we not convinced about? We're not convinced because he lost the first set to Ottman and
that's two sets to Ruusuvuori.
And the sets to Ruusuvuori. Like, I don't know, man. Like, okay, it's one match, and for Ruusuvuori to come out and play well and win 2 sets, that's not that stunning.
Yeah.
It's stunning, but Ruusuvuori is that kind of player.
Right.
And then if you look at the matchup from a tennis, so now we talk about that, right? Now if you look at this from a tennis perspective, what does Nuno do to hurt Medvedev?
Nothing. I don't see anything.
So it just has to be Medvedev misses.
Right, but if Medvedev, Ruusuvuori can pressure Medvedev, right? He can attack him into the corners and
yeah.
Right? But Borges doesn't have the weaponry to do that.
Yeah. I mean, I'm torn between the under 31 and the -7.5 here. I did 1 unit on each. It's always scary with Medvedev. He's just going to clown away a set for no reason.
Against this guy, though?
I mean...
this is B Medvedev, and I feel like he can cover 7.5, right? You don't even need A Medvedev.
I know. But, I don't know, man. Medvedev can, you just never know, But yeah, that's those are my plays here. I mean, I've gone. Look, I love this. I still love it. You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of which line do you prefer? I've gone with the under 31 and the under 7.5.
Okay. All right.
Or minus the 7.5.
Yeah.
Are you on the same thing?
I hit it for under 32 and I put 2.5 units on it because I just thought 32 was outrageous.
So is this GBM? We both put multiple units on this, so this is a GBM play.
GBM play. It's definitely a GBM play tomorrow.
All right, I'll go with the under the GBM play. That's fine.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Yeah, I wish they had it over 5.5. Well, it's 3 sets though, so that's hard to get. So probably stay away there.
Yeah, but I just don't. I mean, I really don't.
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean,
this should be 9.
Should be 9 or 9.5.
You know what I mean? I think I think it's literally just the fact that this is a 4th round match at a slam that they're not going to price it higher unless the market forces them to, they did with Mannarino Djokovic.
It's going to move because 7.5 is already -125, so it's going to move to at least 8 or 8.5.
You think so? Yeah,
I think so.
I think I got the 7.5 a few hours ago at -120. So I think you're right. I think it is moving in that direction.
Yeah. Well, I mean, great win by Borges against Dimitrov, but remember when we had the wordplay and we brought up Dimitrov, and I was impressive but disappointing.
Yeah,
that's the perfect way to describe Dimitrov.
Yeah.
Right. Impressive game, impressive results in the last 4 or 5 months, but just super disappointing. He just finds a way to disappoint you.
Yep.
That's Dimitrov in a nutshell. But all right, so going over our plays, I mean, I know you're passing on a lot. Today I have the Djokovic to win love 1, 2, or 3, or 4 in every set, and then I have something else in that match.
I'm probably gonna rock with you on that. I'll rock with you on that. It's gonna be a half a unit play, but I'll rock with you on it.
Both players to break serve in the first set at +320. I have there as well.
Yeah.
Fritz Tsitsipas, I got the Fritz money line at +135. It's moved down. And then I also have the Fritz over 2.5 breaks as well.
Yeah, and all I have today are those goofy props on the Fritz Tsitsipas match. And like I said, I'll probably rock for half a unit on the Djokovic 6-4 better in each set, but it's
okay.
Yeah.
I got the center. Wow, it's moved from 6.5 to 7. Now it's an unjuiced 7. But I'm on the 6.5. And then the Demonor Rublev, I'm just riding my futures there, but I'd lean Rublev minus 140 money line if I didn't have the futures to root for. So, yeah, those are my plays today. Tomorrow, I got nothing on the Zverev Norrie. Maybe I'll hit some goofy props tomorrow. I might.
Yeah, I think it's pick your favorite Zverev line. I think I'd be willing to lay the games. I laid the set and a half at minus 170. I'd be willing to lay the games. I'm a little higher there.
Okay. Cazaux Hubie, I'm going to have the Hubie to win and both players to win a set at plus 1.
Nothing partially because Arthur's name is a little hard to pronounce. So if I was going to announce it, then I'd have to like say it. So yeah, I'm not going to bother.
Kecmanovic, Alcaraz, I think we both agree that it's a better live betting match. But we're probably
and then our GBM play, which will be the Medvedev. That'll be our GBM play for the 4th round. I think it's a tough card though, man. I think it's a really tough card overall. But again, not surprising, right? Like I just think like as these slams go on, it gets like harder and harder to bet these matches.
Well, you can bet it next week. You can bet a Challenger 125. They're actually
well, that might be what I have to do. It's just like a weaker field, though. It's not even like a strong one. It's not like the Phoenix one that's like super strong. It's kind of like a weak 125.
It's weak, but you know you can watch every Challenger match on Challenger TV. Like you know how the like the 250s they only show the show court on this TV. On Challenger TV they show every Challenger match. Doesn't matter what court it's on. I'm
amazed that Challenger TV is that good. Like that's an incredible service. Like it's insane how good the service is, man. Like.
And it's free. You have to pay.
Yeah.
It's amazing. And you get basically all day action. So if you just want to like sit at home, watch some tennis, crack open a 6-pack and just like E-Gen plays all day, like it's amazing.
There you go. Yeah. All right. So I'm looking at this, right? The Bovada is offering an over under 18 games on Djokovic.
Okay.
The over is negative 50,000. So you have to bet 500 units to win one. The under is 22-1.
Wow.
For under 18 games won. You can also take Djokovic to win a set. Bet 1,000 units to win one. For Djokovic to win one set against Manarino.
Jesus. Wow. Yeah. I mean, I still wouldn't play that. Like,
no, I mean, at that point, like Djokovic, I mean, like, you know, like, Djokovic, something could happen that Djokovic, like, you know, I don't know, who knows? Like, it's always possible, right? Like, there's always some sliver of outcomes where, like, who knows, man? Injury, like.
I mean, what percentage chance do you get Manarino to win the match? Like 2?
Probably. I mean, it's just, so that's what the books are giving. It's like you can get Djokovic on the money line at 1 to 50, so bet 50 units to win one.
Right.
And honestly, that's probably not bad. Like that's probably like 0 EV over time. Like,
I mean, Nuno was what plus 750 to beat Dimitrov, and like, so what percentage did the books give there?
Well, no, because I mean, then there it's they're giving. That's a 12% for Nuno, and then so it's probably like 93 for Dimitrov or something, and then 5 is the Vig. But like Borges had a much. I mean, I don't know. Yeah.
All right. Well, that does it for our 4th round preview. We'll probably be back for a quarterfinal preview or a semifinal preview at some point, and we'll be on X. We'll be on Discord. You know, you name it during these matches. So.
Thanks as always to the fans. Appreciate everybody chipping in.
Up to 930 followers.
Always fun.
930 followers. It's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, look, people, and we got some true fans, man. J-Rod is like, I think I've become our #1 true fan. Klaus is in there posting still, the OG. So yeah, it's good to see from these guys. Kuman responded to us. Kuman came back to us on the private message for the first time in a year. So that was exciting times. So yeah.
Yeah, good time. We got to get Woj back on the pod, too.
Yeah, man, Woj.
Yeah.
We got to get some more guests. These are tough, these mid ones, because we're just kind of doing them as we can. But the pre-tournaments, we can get some guests on the pod.
For sure. All right, everyone. Have a good one. Enjoy the matches. Best of luck on your bets.
Yep. Bye, guys.